Hi folks, this is Vince with Ads Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to try out Pandemic the Cure, the extra strength dice game. This is my first time playing it. I just got it in the mail today, so keep that in the back of your mind. I'll try to get all the rules right, but I may miss one or two things. This supports 2 to 5 players, it's for ages 8 and up, and the average play time is about 30 minutes. Now, I don't see why I can't play this solo by controlling 2 characters. That's what we're going to be doing today. I have perused the rulebook, and for the most part I have an understanding of how to play it. It is very much like the original Pandemic, the board game, with a few exceptions. For example, whenever you cure a disease in the original Pandemic game, and then you wipe out all of the cubes of that color on the board, you can no longer infect the world with that color cube. Well, that's not the case in this game. So there are some subtle differences between this game and the original Pandemic. And again, this is a standalone game, by the way, so you don't have to own the original Pandemic in order to buy and play this. This is standalone. You can buy it and not know anything about Pandemic whatsoever, the original board game, and still have a good time. So as far as the components go, I did set everything up. As far as the components go, you've got a bunch of these roll cards. There's 2 here as well. And each role, like the researcher or the generalist or the dispatcher, the containment specialist, contingency planner, each has a special ability that can be used like in the original Pandemic game. They each have their own custom dice. So that'll change, like what your odds are of rolling something will change based on what role you pick. For example, here's the researcher. It has 2 of these syringes on it, 1 cure sample, or one sample here. You've got a boat for travel. There's a boat in a sample here with a slash. That means you can take either action. And there's this little containment symbol. That's a bad thing. It's sort of like rolling a shotgun blast in zombie dice. You have to take effect and put it aside, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, each one has different things. So this one, the generalist, has an airplane on it, and a boat, whereas this one does not have the airplane on it. So different people have different dice. Now you're supposed to draw a special or a roll for each player at the beginning of the game randomly, though I don't see why you couldn't pick and choose who you want it to be. It's your game, play how you want. As far as the rest of the components go, there's 6 locations. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a tracker here in the middle. This green track is for anytime you roll one of those nasty biohazard symbols on those dice that you're going to be rolling every turn. So that's going to go up the track. And once you pass, let me see if I can zoom or pick this up and show you. Once you pass, like from one Roman numeral to the next, like 1 to 2, or if this little green marker here lands on this, that indicates that there's been an epidemic. And that's a bad thing. Certain things will happen. You're going to pick all of the dice up that are in the center here. Players are going to be moving dice as they treat dice into the center here, and then if they can, they're going to try and move it into the bag by rolling more syringes. But if anything that's left over here, when this green marker passes one of these checkpoints here, I guess you could call them, and lands here, you have to take all the dice that are still in the center plus the number of dice listed here out of the bag and roll them, and then put them out. So, crossing the stream, so to speak, and crossing into the next level is a bad thing. We're going to start on the entry level. The game recommends that you start on the Roman numeral 2 right here, but I'm going to go ahead and start on 1 because this is my first time playing. Now, there's a blue tracker here as well. That's for outbreaks. Whenever you got more than 3 dice of the same color at a location, the extra die will move clockwise around to the next region, and that'll count as an outbreak here. So anytime if the green gets to the skull or this blue tracker gets to the skull, then players lose collectively. This is a cooperative game, by the way, for those of you that don't know anything about Pandemic. You've got these event cards over here. You shuffle the deck and draw 3 randomly. Whenever you roll dice on your turn, or whenever you roll dice out of the bag to infect various parts of the world during your turn, you may roll a medical symbol, which is this here. Anytime you do that, you're going to put it into the CDC over here, and then you can bank those and use these cards here. Like the mobile hospital costs 2, so you'd have to give up 2, put it back in the bag, and then you can take its special ability. So there's that. Cured diseases can be tracked here, and your goal is to get all 4 cured to win the game. How do you cure diseases? Well, you're going to basically be trying to use these syringes to get dice in the center here, and then you're going to use the little bottle here, this little cure thing, and you're going to lock this die in with the die of your choice from the center here, put it next to your character. Now it's locked for a while. Now during your turn you can roll all of those dice, and if it's or all of the numbered die that you've been collecting, and if it's 13 or higher, then you've cured the disease. You put the dice back into the bag, you give each player back their colored dice, and then you move on. You can put one of those colored die that you cured onto this cured disease track to keep track of which colors you've cured up to that point. Whenever you do cure a disease, though, whenever you use the medical symbol, normally you only take one from that location and put it into the center. Whenever you'd have cured the disease, though, more, like I said, will still come out, but you'll be able to treat the entire color at that location, all of the dice, and put it into the center as opposed to just one. Sort of like the medic ability in Pandemic, and sort of like when you cure a disease in Pandemic. Sort of works the same way. So anyway, let's go ahead and give this a run through and see, how it plays. I don't know if I showed you the box or not, but here's a look at the box insert. There's player guides in here, like reference cards that are still in here. These are the other player tokens that I didn't use. These are the other custom dice that I didn't use. Plenty of baggies, that's a good thing. You've got a draw bag full of these dice. To set up the game, you're going to put the tracker in the center of the table. This should go on the 2, but for the intro game, you put it on the 1 Roman numeral. You're going to draw 12 dice from the bag, rather, and then you're going to put them out. You're going to re-roll any medical symbols that you get, and if a location has more than 3 of the same color, you're going to re-roll those as well. So you cannot have outbreaks on this blue track right from the get-go. You can't do it. You have to re-roll those along with any medical that you get. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through a turn. I'm going to show you the reference card real quick. And it shows you the order of play. Roll player dice and do actions, and then give samples, same regions only. That means giving samples to other players. Try to find a cure. Like I said, you can bank those with these. You can bank colored dice with these here, and then any that you've banked, you can roll. 13 or more is needed in order to cure it. And then finally, you're going to infect some regions. I may refer to the rule book on occasion because, again, this is my first time playing, so I'm not totally familiar with how everything works, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so we're going to start with white here. And the first thing you do is you roll dice and take actions, and we're hoping for no biohazard symbols, and of course there's a biohazard symbol. So that goes off to the side for right now, where we can't, that's locked. Now we can re-roll dice as much as we want to, okay? But the more we do that, the more we risk getting another biohazard symbol. So we have to move this up the track by 1, okay? And now we've got this cure/boat action. We've got this this syringe/boat action. I'm going to use one for treating and one for curing, more than likely. And I've got 2 boats here. Honestly, I don't like the boats. I mean, the boats allow me to move. I may want to consider using one of these boats to move over to the 6. Boats allow you to move to an adjacent location, whereas the plane allows you to fly anywhere you want. So with the plane, you've got a little bit more mobility. With the boat, it's just moving to the next adjacent location. So, I don't like the extra boat, honestly, so I'm going to re-roll the 1 die here. Alright, syringe and boat. Okay, so that's actually kind of good. Okay, so with white's first turn, I'm going to go ahead and take those actions. I'm going to first use a syringe to... The question is, how am I going to do this? Do I want to go after blue first or red first? Red has 2 6s here. Blue has 2 1s there. Black has 2 3s over here. Yellow has 2 5s over here. So I'm trying to figure out which color I want to go for first. Red has 3 dice on the board, and blue has 3 dice on the board at the moment. So I have a better chance of getting those, collected as samples in order to roll them. Usually, whenever you're rolling, trying to get 13 again, and these dice are not 1 through 6 either. That's another thing I forgot to mention. This is a 4, but there's also like other things on the dice. There's a 3, there's a 3, there's a 4, there's a 5. The chances and the odds of rolling a certain color can be seen on these individual tiles here. So let me see if I can find one. There we go. So if we take a look here, you'll see like there's black, 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 and blue. So the blue dice has a 3 on it, but the odds of rolling a 3 are less likely than rolling a black. So anytime you roll a black, more than likely you're going to roll a 3. There's a greater chance of it. But you can roll other colors. For example, here's the 5. There's 2 yellows and 1 black. So the odds of rolling a yellow are higher, but you can still roll a black because, like I said, there is a 5 on this die as I showed you. But the odds of rolling a certain color are different depending on the die color. So let's go ahead then and take these actions. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these boats / syringes to treat. I think we'll go after... let's go after one. Let's go after the blue first. So I'm going to go ahead and use 1 syringe to treat that. Now I could use a 2nd syringe to put it back into the bag. If the bag becomes empty, you lose. Okay? It's another way you can lose. So it would behoove you to try and get dice out of here and into the bag. And not only that, but whenever, like I said, whenever you reach the next level, so to speak, on this tracker here, you have to put all the dice here plus extra dice from the bag and re-roll them and put them back out. So you want this empty whenever this is about to cross. Is best. At least that's what I'm. That's the interpretation I'm seeing and the strategy that I'm going to be using. So I did that, and I'm going to go ahead and use this cure / boat to take this out of here and sort of bank this. Oh, by the way, the scientist's special ability. Add 2 to the total of any roll to try to find a cure in your region. So all she has to do is roll an 11 as opposed to a 13 because she's already automatically got 2 for this. So she's going to be better at rolling dice to try and cure stuff. So I want to give her the samples if at all possible. The medic's ability, it's just there's 2 different dice that normally aren't seen on here. There's 2 syringes here, and there's 3 syringes here. So basically, you know, if I roll the double, I get treat 2 times. If I roll the triple, I treat 3 times. Instead of just doing 1 dice, I can do 2 or 3. So the medic can treat more dice at one time. Okay, so we've done that. We've got this boat and syringe left. I'm going to go ahead. Okay, now here's the thing. I can do one of 2 things. I could use the syringe and get this other blue out of here. But the downside to this is, like, the chances of rolling a blue at this location is less than red. I can still roll a blue here, but there's more red colors up here. So, but here on the 6, it's an equal chance of blue and red. So I may want to get, may use the boat to move white over here, okay, and then use the syringe to get rid of this blue here. Put it into the center. So that basically, I've used all of my actions for that turn. And again, the reason I didn't take the blue from here, there's a greater chance of me rolling blue here, which I don't, I'm trying to stop any sort of, from dice from piling up to the point where there'd be 4 or more at that location. And that would be an outbreak. So I'm done with that. Now I've got to infect regions. Well, I could roll the dice here to try and do cures, but obviously I can't. I can't roll an 11 with just the 1 die here, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Infect regions. Okay, so we're going to take a look. There's 3 dice listed on where this tracker is. So I'm going to take 3 dice randomly out of the bag, roll them, and okay, so we got blue, black, and red. Okay, so I got a medical symbol. We'll put that off to here. I've got a 6. Oh no, this is bad. There's 3 6s here. That means there could be an outbreak here. So it would behoove the medic to get over here, I think, and start clearing those 6s out if at all possible. So now that we've infected that, we move on to the next player. Let's go ahead and roll these dice. Something good. 2 syringes, an airplane, and 2 cure samples. Wow, that's really good. Alright, the airplane we can use to move. Now, granted, we can move anywhere, but I'm going to use the airplane and no epidemic symbols, which is awesome. Or no biohazard symbols, which is good. I'm going to use the airplane to move over here. Now, I could treat these 2 dice here, put them in the center, and use a... Well, wait. Before I do that... Because we need to get blue in there as well. Because I'm trying to get... Alright, let's do this. Let's use the one... We're going to use one of our cure samples here to bank this. Okay? Collect that. Now, the question is, I'm going to use one of these. This is a double treat. So I'm going to go ahead and treat this twice. So I'm going to put 2 dice there, put it in the center. So 1 is completely cleared, which is good. Alright, and now I've got the airplane, the double syringe, and the cure sample. So I'm going to use the airplane to move over here. Alright, and now I'm going to use the double syringe to treat 2 of these. Okay, and now I'm going to use the cure sample to cure this, or to take this blue out of the center. So now I've got 2. Alright, now, step 2 is give samples. I am in the same region as white here. So I'm going to go ahead and move these over here. Okay, so now there's 3 of them. So on white's next turn, she can possibly roll these and cure blue right from the gate, which is really good. So that used all of my actions there. There's nothing to roll for here in the try to find a cure stage. So we're going to go infect regions again. So let's go ahead and take 3 from the bag. Hopefully we don't roll any more red. Oh, too many. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Alright, so 3, 2, 5. Okay, so we got a 2 here. 3 here. Oh, no, that's bad. Black has 3 on it. And 5. Oh, and yellow has 3. That's great. Okay, so black and yellow are slowly creeping up on us, which is not good. Now it's white player's turn. Let's go ahead and roll our remaining dice. We do not roll the dice that are locked in for curing a disease, so she only has 4 this turn. Good news is there's less of a chance of rolling an epidemic thing, but you take less actions. Okay, I'm going to... might want to start banking yellow. That might be an idea. Okay, so because we've already got, I think, enough to cure blue. There's let's take a look at the different dice on here. There's a 6, there's a 2, 3, 1. This medic thing counts as a 0. I'd have to roll a lot of 6s, so we might need 4. We might need 4 in order to do this. I'm not sure. It's tough. Alright, I'm going to use the boat to move here. So that's 1. I'm going to use this here to... See, we've got all those red, too. We've already got them in the middle there. So if we just keep rolling... Maybe we should go after... I mean, we could treat yellow, but go after red. There's already 3 red banked in there. And on top of that, if we cross this, the mark here, we're going to have to re-roll these, and I don't want that. So I'm going to start banking red now, so that we can start curing that. So that's white. And here's another one. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here. I'll bank that. Okay, and there's a syringe. I'm going to go ahead and use the syringe. Now, I can put this back in the bag. I don't want to do that because I want to save that for rolling. I'm going to go ahead and treat one of these yellows in the hopes that, just so that there's less of a chance of an outbreak occurring with yellow. So that was all of her turn, all of her dice. She's only got 2 left. But here's the thing. She can now attempt to find a cure. So we're going to go ahead and roll these dice here and hope that we get an 11 or better. Normally it's a 13 or better, but again, her special ability. Add 2 to the total of any roll to try to find a cure in your region. So give me something good. That is not what I wanted. Okay, those count as 0s, and this is a 3. So we epic failed that. Can we use any... Yeah, we can't use anything. Okay, so unfortunately, we do not cure the disease this turn, and we'll have to wait for the next one. Okay, so now we have to infect. 1, 2, 3. I think that's 3. Yeah, okay. Well, that would have been nice to roll, but I didn't. I just dropped them. All right. 1, 1, and 5. Okay. Oh, good thing we did that. Otherwise, there would have been an outbreak. Okay, so there's that. Now, on to the medic. The medic goes ahead and rolls 3 of his remaining dice here. We've got a cure samples, 3 syringes, and a boat/syringe. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the boat to travel here. Okay, so that's 1. I'm going to use the triple syringe to get rid of all 3 of these, which is awesome. I don't have to worry about yellow for a while. Now, again, we don't want to cross the mark here, so we want to clear these out if we can. We've got this cure thing. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to take... Oh, that goes here. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of the reds out of the center there and do that. Now I'm going to give samples. So I'm going to give... We're on the same location, so I'm going to give... Now, white has the ability to roll for 2. I hope that's possible? I'm pretty sure it is. But now we're limited on our actions, and more dice are going to come out. So we need to get these cured as quickly as possible. So after that, we're not going to roll because there's no dice here to roll for curing it. So now we have to infect again. So we take 3 more from the bag. Alright, and we've got a 4, which is fine, and oh no, we've got our first outbreak. Okay, so this goes clockwise to the next location, and we move this marker up by 1. Let me check the rulebook to see if there's anything else that occurs when an outbreak occurs. I don't think so. Advance the outbreak syringe by 1 space. Move the extra die clockwise. Chain reactions. Okay. No, that's it. Okay, so that's the only thing that happens. So, but when this reaches to the skull and crossbones, we obviously lose. That's bad. Okay, so now it is White's turn. White only has 2 dice to roll here, so not a whole lot she can do. And we got 2 biohazards. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use this 1 die in the CDC, because we do not want to re-roll all of these dice here. I mean, this will take us to the last mark here on the track, close to the Roman numeral 2. We don't want that. So I'm going to use 1 of these dice from the CDC to use this card, which is re-roll 1 player die with a biohazard result before it takes effect. Alright, so let's get something different. Alright, syringe and boat. Okay, so we've got to use this, unfortunately. So this goes up by 1. And we're going to use, we can't treat anything here. I think it'd behoove us to move down here to try and get to 3. So I'm going to use this as the boat action and do that. I could also use the syringe, take 1 yellow and put it back in the bag. I might want to do that. Because if this goes past 2, which is very possible, all these are going to have to be rerolled. So I'm going to, instead of moving, I'm going to take this as the syringe action and put 1 of these yellows back in the bag. Because we do not want to run out of dice in the bag, and we do not want to re-roll a bunch of dice when this goes from the Roman numeral 1 to whenever this marker here reaches this little red. So after that, we're going to try and cure diseases. Now, I'm going to look at the rulebook real quick to see if I can do more than 1. Do you have any sample? Let's give samples now. Take all samples of 1 disease color on your rule card and hand them to 1 other player in your region. Okay, so I might want to give all of my samples to orange here, so that because I can only do 1 at a time. The question is, what has the better chance of rolling? I don't know. What's the sum of the die phases? 6, 4, that's 10, that's 8, that's 16, 17, 18, and 0. And what's the sum of these? 6, 2 is 8, 3 is 11. I'm trying to keep track of the die phases at the same time. 6, 3, 2. Okay, so that's 11, 0, then 6 plus 17, 18. So I think they all sum to 18. It's just different. They've just got different dice numbers on them. Okay, so anyway, we played as a scientist. We're going to roll these blue dice again and hope for something better than what we got. Oh, by the way, we took effect. We played this, took its effect. This goes back here, and we get a new card. So this is the rumors card. Return 1 die to the infection bag instead of rolling it before rolling for an epidemic or to infect regions. All right. Well, again, 0, 3, and 2. How unlucky are we getting? So this did not work very well. We're probably going to need to get more blues banked if we can. So that, unfortunately, did not turn out well. So now we're going to infect more places here. All right, so 1, 2, 3. We really need to start getting a handle on some of this. 4, and a medic symbol. That's lucky for us. And a 1. Okay. So now it's Orange's turn. Orange is going to take his 2 action dice, roll them. I think airplane, and 1 syringe / boat. He could fly over. Well, here I'm trying to keep these 2 together if I can. She does not have the airplane symbol, so for these 2 to get together, they're going to have to, I want them to stay together so they can give each other samples when possible. He's good at, if he gets any samples, I want to be able to give them to her, any blue ones, that is. Let's use the airplane to move here, and we'll use the syringe to treat that. Okay. And unfortunately, that's it. That's all we can do. Now we're going to try, because I want to try and collect that in the future, give it to him so we can roll more dice to try and cure this. Okay, so now he's going to try and find a cure. Give me a 13 or better. 6, 6, fudge nugget. Okay, 6, that was close. We rolled 2 6s, but we had a 1 in 6 chance of rolling this plus symbol, which is worth nothing. So we rolled a 12. That would have been great with her, but unfortunately we needed a 13 or better, and we did not. So, yeah, that did not work out. Okay, so let's go ahead and infect more. Do we want to return 1 die to the infection bag instead of rolling it before rolling? Okay, well, let's grab 3. All right, we've got 2 blue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll the blue. There's not a lot of blue out here, and the red. Okay, because we want those colors. We need these colors. So the 4 goes here. The 1 goes up here. Now, that's bad. And a plus symbol. Definitely good. Okay, so now we've got 2 plus medical symbols up there. We can start possibly using the mobile hospital. When entering new regions this turn, move 1 infection die from the region to the treatment center. So from here, from whenever we move there, we move, so we move 1 die from here to here automatically, which is nice. Remote treatment. Move any 2 infection dice from any region to the treatment center. That would be very useful because we can get blue out of here, into here without moving there. And then collect it as a sample to try and cure these. But at the same time, black has 3 dice, red has 3 dice. This is piling up fast. Oh, this is terrible. Alright, so whose turn is it? I think it's white's turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll these 2 dice. Biohazard symbol, of course. We've got a biohazard symbol. And it moves up here. And we've got a boat and syringe. I'm just going to move one of these yellow, because we're now 1 step away from an epidemic. Which, whenever this reaches here, we have to take all the dice in the middle, re-roll them along with more dice. So we want to get as many dice out of here as possible. So that's it for her turn. The boat and syringe. What's she going to do with that? I think we're going to move her this way. I want these 2 together in case he manages to get something using this remote treatment. We could use remote. Well, yeah, if he rolls a cure symbol, we could use remote treatment to first move things here and then from here into here. And then he can give samples, if I'm doing that right. Anyway, so yeah, we're just going to use the boat to move. Okay, so now scientist is going to roll dice, try and cure blue again. This is terrible. 6, 6, 1. That's what we're looking for. We just need 11 with her. So blue is officially cured. We're going to take one of those dice here and put it here. The remaining go back in the bag. And lucky for these guys. Now, well, maybe lucky. That's more of a chance that they're going to roll an epidemic thing. And she gets her dice back. Okay. So, now what? Try to find a cure. We did that. So we cured blue, which is good. Now we have to infect regions again. Everyone's favorite part. Okay. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3. Some yellow this time. 2, 4, 2. So 2 blue dice. Now, again, whenever I treat once over here, all blue will be wiped out because it's now cured. So you might want to get over there and take care of that. Maybe move clockwise around here. All right, so whose turn is it now? It's it's orange's turn. Now, if we roll an epidemic, we're in trouble. Or a biohazard symbol. 2 biohazard symbols. Yay! Okay, so Oh, I can't use this. Return 1 die to the infection bag before rolling it. That's an infection die. Okay, so we have 2 biohazard symbols. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So we got 1, 2. So we've crossed that, and now we've got to take these 3 dice plus 3 more from the bag and put them out. So I did my best. Unfortunately, not enough. Okay, so all right. So we've got a 2. That's bad. 2 5s. 3. Ouch. 6. Okay, not bad. And 2. Ouch. Okay, so going around, we've got this here. This moves here, and this one moves here. And we've got 2 outbreaks. So now this goes to the 3. So this is not looking good. Alright, so we've got an airplane action and a double treat. Part of me wants to... Alright, let's go ahead and airplane over here, and we'll double treat. We need to get red cured, so I'm going to use the double syringe, treat 2 of these red ones. And that way we can try and get some samples for that and cure it. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that now that we've run out of dice to use. We're going to go ahead and take these dice. Again, we need 13 here. Yeah, she's nowhere around, so I can't give her samples, unfortunately. She would have been better equipped. 664! Thank you! Finally! Okay, so we've cured red. So we're halfway there. These go back in the bag. Okay. Now, are these in containment? Let me make sure. Put the remaining dice... Ah! Any dice that were here get put back in the bag. What did we cure last time? We cured blue. We didn't put any blue out. I don't think there was any blue in here before. So even though we missed that rule, there was no blue in here when we cured it in order to put it back in the bag. So we take all the dice here back into the bag. Okay, awesome. So we're halfway there. Good job. This guy gets this, and these 2 get that. Okay, so now we're starting fresh again. All right, so now we have to infect. Do not give me a 3 or 2. That's what I'm looking for here. 3, no 3s, no 2s. Actually, return 1 die to the infection bag instead of rolling it. Well, let's see what we got. We got a red, yellow, and blue. The chance of rolling a 2 is less. There's only 1 blue and 2 yellow on there. There's no black. Don't have to worry about rolling a black. 3. Yellow. We may want to use this on yellow. Or we could use remote treatment. Since we need to start getting yellow into the center, we could use remote treatment to... Well, the question is, do we work on yellow or do we work on black? Black has 7 dice out. Yellow has 7 dice out, so it's equally dangerous. I would like to use the remote treatment action, honestly, and start. I want to prevent. All right, let's do this because yellow is the only one I think that has the chance of. I mean, blue could still do this. I mean, there's 3 blue here, but it's only 1 blue symbol, so the chance of rolling a 2 is less than rolling a yellow 2. So I'm going to go ahead and use these 2 dice, put them back in the bag, use the remote treatment, move any 2 infection dice from any region to the treatment center. So I'm going to get rid of these 2 yellow ones. We'll work on yellow next. And then white can come down here even and collect these, and then she can start rolling for that. So she can move back down here, work on that. Okay, so this goes away, this goes here. Good planning. Set 1, 2, or 3 player dice to any results. This cannot affect biohazard results, but can be done before rolling dice. Ah, okay. All right, so we're going to roll these now. 2. Good thing we did that, because there would have been an outbreak. 6 and a 4. Now there's 3 red 4s down here. Okay. So this place is bad news. We really need to start clearing some of this stuff out. All right, so that was... Whose turn was that? I forget. Crap. No, because we cured red with him. We rolled a 6, 6, and a 4, so I think it's her turn now. I think. Alright, so on her turn. Alright, so no biohazard symbols. A lot of cure diseases, which is good. Or cure sample things. So I'm going to bank those 2 right from the gate. Get those out of there. We've got a boat action. We've got a syringe, and we've got a, syringe and boat, and then we've got a sample and boat. I'm going to use the boat, move down here. I'm going to use the syringe on this boat duo here to put that here. And I'm going to use the sample on this boat sample thing combo to put this here. So now she's got 3. Awesome. So we're going to be close to curing yellow in a minute, hopefully. Okay, that could be awesome if we could do that in one foul swoop. Alright, so we've played all of her actions. Now we try to find a cure. We need an 11 or better. Again, her special ability adds 2 to the roll. And it's not going to happen. 4, 2, and a plus symbol. So that's 0. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. We didn't make it. Okay, so unfortunately that didn't happen. We'll try again next turn. I'm going to pick 3 from the bag. Reds, no 4s, please. No 4s. Whoa! 2 pluses and a 6. Lucky us. Okay, so now the medic gets to go. Question is, do we want to use any of these things? Mobile hospital. We want to get the medic this way so we can start treating these over here. And this 2 and the 3s, I think, to prevent any more outbreaks. That might be the way to go. Alright. Well, let's roll and see what we get. Again, no biohazard symbols, which is awesome. We got some cure samples. I'm not going to worry about cure or treating these. I will use the airplane. So there's a boat and a syringe. You got a triple syringe there. I'm going to save the triple syringe for black, I think. Okay, so I'm trying to plan this out in my head. We do want to take some samples if we can. We'll save those for last. So I'm going to use the bow/syringe. Actually, you know what? Let's use the airplane to move. Well, no, because we need more yellow. But the thing is, I can't give her yellow because we're not together, and she doesn't have an airplane. We could use the boat. We could use the boat to move there. We could treat yellow, which is not what I want to do. Get 2 of those yellow dice out of here to here. Take those 2 samples, collect them, and then fly over here and then give her those samples. We could do that. And then we'd be a third of the way there. I want to clear these out, but I also want to cure diseases. We're up against the clock here. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to use the boat action. Come over here. We're going to use our triple syringe to, well, it's kind of, we'll take one of these and one of these. Okay. So, and then we're going to take these 2 samples here, collect these 2 yellow, and do that. And then we're going to fly over here back to the scientist. She's better equipped to handle that. And because she's already got 3 yellow, so it makes sense to give her those. And that's that. Okay, so now I'm going to give samples. So these come over here. Now there's a very good chance she's going to go ahead and roll enough for yellow for her next turn. Try to find a cure. Nothing to roll. Infect regions. Okay, so we have to hope that we don't get a black 3 or a red 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bunch of yellow. That's not what I wanted, but... Alright. Plus symbol. Thank you very much. 4. Looking very bad over here. And 3. Okay, so we got that here. So this moves over here. Now there's 3 3s here. So we... Oh, boy. So this goes up to 4. These epidemics may kill us. We really need to start treating these as quickly as possible. Okay, so now that we've done that, she gets to roll her 2 action dice that she has. Her 2 lowly action dice. Do we want this good planning? I don't want to waste that. Mobile hospital. When entering new regions this turn, move 1 infection die from the region to... See, she doesn't have enough dice. I don't want to... Alright, we'll roll what we have. We'll save... Alright, sample and boat. Well, boat, syringe, boat, sample. I think we've got I don't think we need to take another sample off of yellow. I don't think that's necessary. We need to get down here, clear this out so we don't lose the game. So I'm going to use I'm going to use the boat sample to move her down here. And I'm going to use the syringe on this die to remove... If I do red, that clears them all out because that's cured. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get rid of these 4 here. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. So now we try to cure, which I'm hoping with 5 dice we can roll at least an 11 here. Come on. 11. Oh, we got it. Okay, it was a 4, 4, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so we cured all of these. These go back in the bag. No yellow dice in the middle. These go back to her. These go back to him. All right, so we've cured 3. Oops, I put too many yellows back in the bag. I need to take 1 yellow out of here, and so I can mark it that I've cured this. Okay. And we still got 3 of those over there, which is awesome. Okay, so his turn. We're going to go ahead and roll these dice. Give me something good. All right, no biohazards, which is awesome. We're very good on our... knock on wood. We're very good on our epidemics here. We've got a triple syringe. We've got an airplane, which is good because we need to start treating these as quickly as possible. We need to start collecting black now, which is what the triple syringe will allow us to do. So I'm thinking he could move. Well, he's got a boat as well, and a syringe, another boat, syringe, and a sample. It's actually a pretty good one. Black is the only one that we can't wipe out with one foul swoop when we're treating it with a syringe. So I'm thinking the medic will use one of the boats to, or do we want to use the airplane? See, the medic. This is tough. Tough. We're going to need to, I mean, I'd like to do more than one here. I'd like to go here and here. So we need at least 2 movement die. So we're going to use one to move here to here. We're going to use a triple syringe to get rid of 3 black. Put it in the center. We've got a syringe / boat. The chances of rolling a 4 here are minuscule. The chances of, well, there's a 1 in 3 chance here. There's black, yellow, and red. Here there's 3 black, so it would behoove me to come over here and get rid of this black over there as well with this. Well, I've only got 1 syringe to do it. Let's go ahead and bank. Do I want to bank a sample? Oh, yeah, we're close. I can give her the sample after the fact. So I'm going to bank a black sample. So I'm going to do that. I've got an airplane and a boat syringe. I could use the syringe to get rid of all of yellow. But then again, we run the risk of black totally destroying us. But we can get more dice in the bag with the 1 syringe action. Okay, let's go ahead and, I'm going to press my luck here. I'm going to get rid of the yellow with 1 syringe. I mean, I can't pass that up. 1 syringe for all that. So that's that. And then lastly, got an airplane. I want to stay here so I can give her, I'm going to reroll this and hope that I don't get an epidemic. All right, another cure sample. That's actually better. I'm going to take another black. I'll bank that. And then I'm going to pass these samples along over to her because we're in the same region. All right, so now she's got 2, which is, we're in good shape here, folks. And now we've got to infect. All right, well, yeah, we're going to infect. I was looking at the events to see if there's anything. Oops, too many die. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 2 blue, 1 yellow. Do we want to use any of these abilities? Return 1 die to the infection bag instead of rolling it. Yellow's not a problem. Blue really isn't a problem either, so I'm not going to worry about spending anything. All right, 2, 6, and a plus symbol. Very lucky for me. Okay, so we've got 4 of these. We could use a lot of actions here, these events. So now it's White's turn. White may use this good planning to, because there's 2 black dice here. We want to make sure that we roll syringes and cure samples. So we're going to use 3 dice. Good planning. Set 1, 2, or 3 dice to any results. All right, so we're going to set 1, 2. We need 1 cure sample. We're going to do syringe. Well, actually, we'll just do a boat syringe. We want to treat as much as possible if we can. Another boat syringe. We want another sample. So that would cure 2. Actually, and we'll make this another. Oh wait, we have to only 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so we have to re-roll. Okay, so we've got 2 samples, and okay, so we know that we're going to take at least 2 samples to add to her, assuming because we have a treat here. So we're going to roll these 2, and this goes away, and this goes here. 1 quiet night. Skip the infect region step. That would be nice. Biohazard and a boat. Okay. So the biohazard moves this up by 1. It's 2 spaces away from moving up to the next track. All right, the next one still is only 3 dice. So even if we had started on the intro level, well, actually no, because the next one here we would have been. If we had played the normal game, we would have been here. So and the next part we'd be rolling 4 dice. But I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point. Okay, so we're going to. This can't be used. We're going to use 1 syringe that we've banked to, what did I just do? Oh yeah, I took 1 from here and put it into there. Okay. And then I'm going to use the 2 cure samples or 2 samples rather. Add that to here. She's got 4 now. So in this boat, I'm just going to move over here. Try and clear those out. This could end the game right here. If I can roll an 11 or higher with these, we win. Well, okay, 4, 7, 10. Oh, man. Oh, come on. That plus sign, you dirty brat. Okay. Well, all right, well, next turn, hopefully. So we've got at least 2 more turns to get through. I'm confident, though. I'm confident. Okay. So we have to infect. Let's go ahead and take out 3 from the bag. We've got 2 yellow, not worried about yellow, and 1 red, not worried about red either. Because there's only 3 red, none of them are close to outbreaking. 2 yellows, they're away from each other. So 5, oh, jeez, I were the worst there. And 4, okay. So here. Now, yellow is a problem. It could outbreak at some point, so we need to be careful about that. The medic is going to roll 3 dice. A biohazard moves us up by 1. We're on the brink of an epidemic. We've got a cure sample and a triple syringe. I want to move him over there to get rid of those blacks, if I can. Or over here to get rid of these yellows. Because if I bank a sample, I could cure these 2 here with this triple syringe, and then give her another. I don't think we need a black sample. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this and hope for another. Hopefully we don't get another epidemic. Or another. Okay, well, we can keep rolling. It's just we don't need that many treats. We need a movement. Of course it's an epidemic. Okay, so we're up to here. We have to re-roll this one plus 1, 2, 3. On the normal game, it would have been 4 dice. We would have been here. And now it says 4 dice on here. So we've got to roll these and hope. Okay, plus symbol. I'll take it. 6, 3 6s, a 1, and a 2. So, not exactly the best thing. We're going to have to. I'm just going to use this to get rid of these 2 and be done with it. Alright, so that's not exactly what I wanted to do for him. Being able to move him would have been nice, but he was kind of stuck there. Okay, so now it's her turn. We're going to roll 4 here. No, we have to infect. Because we rolled dice, yes, but that was because of the nasty event. Okay, so let's roll these 2. Ooh, another plus. I love these plus symbols. 2 and 4. Right. Now you're noticing, again, there's 3 blue and 2 yellow blue. It has to be the same color. You have to have 4 or more of the same color. So it doesn't matter if they're different colors. Okay, so that was okay. We're going to use her now to roll these. Just looking to see what I can do. Alright, syringe, boat, and why couldn't I roll these before? To up my chances, I'm going to go ahead and do the syringe, get rid of one of these. I'm going to use the boat cure sample combo to collect another black from the center. And this boat, I'm going to move here to try and maybe get rid of some of this blue on my next turn. Okay, so now she's going to roll 4. And we get an 11 or more with 5 dice. I'm hoping we can. Oh, we did. Okay, so 5, 3, 3, 3, 4. We definitely did. So plus, and we've cured all 4 diseases. We instantly win the game. So there you go, folks. That was Pandemic the Cure. Again, I may have missed a roll or 2, but that is a look at the game. I mean, we played on the intro level, but I'm curious to see what the 4th die would have been had I landed there. It would have been a 1. So we would not have had any outbreaks or anything like that. So technically, I did win the regular game. Technically. But, yeah, we still play the intro game. Anyway, that was Pandemic the Cure. Really cool game. I'm liking it. It's so much more streamlined than the board game. Less bulky. Less things to worry about. And it does involve dice, though. So there's more of a luck element to this. At least with Pandemic, you had cards, and you knew what places were infected. And when epidemics came up, you had to shuffle those places back in on top of the deck. So you knew those places were going to come up again at some point. So you knew which locations were more likely to get infected, whereas here, you're picking them out of a bag and rolling dice. So there's a little bit more randomness to that, but overall, it's really fun. Pandemic the Cure, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel and check out my official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.